Welcome back to the channel, guys. My voice has gotten a lot better. It's still repairing itself as per the usual, but today we'll be taking out various fighter jets and demonstrating how to do the one circle and or two circle and when to do them, and we'll be teaching you how to basically have higher success rates when you guys go for the merge in your certain dogfights. So make sure to subscribe to the channel. Thank you guys for clicking on the video. I really do appreciate it. Now, for specifics, the one circle and two circle are two different things. You need to know what fighter you're in to pull these maneuvers, and you need to know what fighter you're fighting to pull these maneuvers. So we will show various demonstrations of what I mean by that. So for the first dogfight, we'll be going with the one circle, and we'll be using the Su-27. This is a very quick demonstration. For this specific fight, I told the other pilot, Snow, to go for a one circle fight and just commit to it, no counters to it, just a full-on one circle in the F-15 while I am in the flanker. So this was manufactured, but you could see that in a one circle fight it's nose to nose, and jets like the flanker or J-35 or various other jets are really good at competing when they go for one circles. Now, there is people who know how to actually counter this maneuver, I guess merge, and Snow, for this match, we said just all out, tried to kill me any way possible. I tried to force the one circle, but you could see he switched directions after the merge, and that, it got a lot of space between us, and I screwed up, pulled a weird maneuver, and lost my elevator, and this resulted in me dying. But basically, he wanted to get as much spacing away from me as possible because he knows that the flanker in the one circle is a very dangerous jet. It can pull the nose on the F-15 a lot quicker. So for this third one circle fight, I decided, okay, I know he's going to pull it again. Oh, and quick clarification, we're all going like full payload, 20 minutes of fuel with full missiles, as if we were in a real RB match. That's why we're a little heavier. But yeah, I brought the ETs, launched those bad boys off because I know they're hard to flare, because I figured, oh, he's going to try to negate the one circle fight. And that could be a tactic that's quite useful. Of course, there's ways to counter that. And then let's demonstrate the two circle. Now, the two circle is where the F-15 excels, and there's other jets that it excels in. So when you're in these dogfights, you need to know what aircraft you have and what aircraft you're going to fight when you're about to merge with someone. Now, I understand dogfights like these are pretty rare in RB, considering it's a fur ball and everyone's just dying, but occasionally you do get in fights like these, and it makes you just all that better. But for this match, we went to manufacture a two circle and then kill each other in any way possible. And you can see that the F-15, he's getting a lot of range. He launches a missile first. I am able to get HMS, but I just didn't lock him in time. That's personally my fault. But you can see I pull AOA to get out of his guns, and the fight resets back into a two circle. And this is what you want to do in the F-15 when you're fighting a flanker or a jet that's generally more maneuverable than you. You just want to force them into the two circle as much as possible. And jets like this might have HMS to fire R-73s like off bore sight like that. But again, when you're firing R-73s off bore sight at those angles, it has a less chance of hitting its target. So when you're in an F-15 or an F-16 or even an F-5, jets that are really good at rate fighting, you always want to go two circle, because you can see here I wasn't able to keep up with him in a turn, and I'm in a flanker. Of course, I could pull super AOA, but I would bleed all my speed, and it would still result in me dying. So that's the little differences between one circle and two circle. And now we're going to try the F-16. Now, the F-16 is notorious for being a rate fighter, so you're going to want to take this in the two circle. It can go one circle with certain fighters, but I would not send the F-16 in a one circle versus a flanker, right? Or a J-35, something that could pull into its turn. Even a Yak 141 or even a Harrier. Those things have thrust vectoring, so therefore they could turn into the circle a lot harder. So for this, we decided to take the F-16 ADF versus the F-15A, two very good rate fighters. And you can see here that the F-16 is just able to pull into the circle. Even though I'm losing control, the jet still has that good nose authority. And another thing to mention about the two circle is it's going to force a merge. So most of the time it'll force a merge, unless the jet just turns better than you that you're fighting or that you're in. Most of the time it will force a merge, and you can either reset the fight back to a 2-circle or reset it into a 1-circle, or just kill him in the merge. But you can see in this fight the F-16 ADF is just a better rate fighter, so it's able to pull him to the turn. I also did drop my AM7s because they're quite heavy. But again, we're using these full payloads to demonstrate how you would fight in a real RB match. You're not going to have just 2 AIM-9Ms in a real RB match. I mean, you could, but you're not going to get a lot of kills. So that's why we're simulating with full missiles. Sometimes if I want extra AOA, I tend to drop my missiles in a dogfight. It's rather go back to the lobby and pay the repair cost, or drop your missiles and potentially win the dogfight and just have to RTB back to base. But you could see here, again, the F-16, it's able to pull a lot harder than the F-15, and it's also able to keep its rate speed a lot better. Another thing I wanted to clarify in this is RB controls. WarThunder, it's extremely hard to properly rate fight. Snow mentioned that I believe the F-16C had a rate fight speed of 450 knots, or I think 450 knots to 500 knots, right? In WarThunder, when you're using keyboard, you're always pulling full deflection, right? Like if you're using binds or even mouse, a lot of the time you're pulling full deflection. In a proper rate fight, you should not be pulling full deflection. You will bleed way too much speed. There's certain jets you could do it, I guess like the Mirage 4000 or the Gripen, but in a rate fight, you want to keep your speed. You have to manage your energy, and mouse and keyboard, it just doesn't do the trick. What does the trick is a HOTAS, a joystick where you can sort of gauge how much your elevators are deflecting. You can sort of see how much you're pulling, watch your speed, and all that. So, luckily in WarThunder RB, everyone's on mouse and keyboard, so it's not too much of a skill difference. Like, no one's going to be flying with joystick in realistic battles. I'm sure some people do it, but you're probably not going to run into them a lot. But yeah, that I just wanted to explain that really quickly. With RB and sim rate fighting, they're kind of two different things. Now in this fight, we use the F-16C. We just wanted to test how well it can actually rate against the F-15A, and it pulls, in my opinion, it pulls a little less than the F-16A, and that's probably because the F-16A is a lot lighter, but this does have a powerful engine, so at slower speeds, this thing kicks it through the circle quite well. And it also has HMS, which is quite nice. Now, both of these aircraft, again, if they fight a flanker in a 1-circle, they will die. So we had to test one more jet, and that was the Gripen. Now the Gripen is a very unique aircraft, and the reason is because it could do 1-circle and 2-circle. I've taken this thing 1-circle versus flankers. It does pretty good. And 1-circle versus the F-16, it actually does pretty good, although I think right now we're doing a 2-circle. And for this last fight, we will be trying the 1-circle versus the F-16. And spoiler alert, the Gripen does a really good job. And this is with a fuel tank. I believe I drop it eventually. But yeah, we pop the air brakes, Fox 2, and they're both able to get the nose on, which is quite nice. So this has a similar AOA or 1-circle capabilities to the F-16, but I just feel like it sustains its turn a lot better, or its AOA. The F-16, its initial pull is nice, but then the nose sort of bobs down and it gets stagnant. The Gripen, it just keeps pulling into that circle no matter what, which gives it a slight advantage in 1 circle and 2 circle versus the F-16. And it's a similar case with the flanker, of course. But yeah, if you guys want me to test that out in a video, please tell me in the comments down below. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. Tell me what you guys think about this video in the comments down below. Do you want more instructional videos on how to dogfight and how to win your fights? Tell me in the comments down below. I appreciate you guys watching this. Other than that, join the Discord to have a chance to feature in these videos. I do need a lot of pilots to actually film these because, I mean, using bots is awful, and I don't want to do it. It's so much better if I could just use players. So, thank you guys for watching. Last but not least, we're going to show a little trailer of Bleeding Dune, which is a cinematic series that we're producing on the channel. But yeah, thank you guys. God bless and take care.
Begin range find on target. Zero us in, Skip. Range 284. Danger close. Bearing 068.
Received. Good laser on target. Heading 068. We're on approach. E formation tight. Drop load in succession. 1, 2, then 3. Hog 1-4. Hold payload for final approach. Hog 1-1, bombs away.
Hog 1-3, bombs away.
Hog 1-2, bombs away.
Bombs looking good. God, this is my favorite part.